Hello, everyone. This is where I do my weekly breakdown of The Economist, getting it done early on a beautiful Tuesday here in Michigan in the fall. Our autumns are super beautiful. So it's divided into three parts. You all know how this goes. So this is the link to a spreadsheet containing over 160 registered think tanks. And they range from everything on transportation, gun use, stuff like that. Pretty much covers everything. So, security issues. Rwandan military kicks ass. It's actually doing actual peacekeeping in Africa. For those of you who don't know much about African politics, hey, you're victims of the public school system just like I am, so no surprise there. But generally, peacekeeping operations were done by the UN in Africa, and they've been largely useless. Alright, so this was not covered in the last issue. Israel is at war, and it's going to be bad, as all wars are. Already, I think that they are nearing the casualties that we racked up in Iraq in the entirety of 20 years there, at least U.S. casualties. Innocents will die, and they will die on both sides. Each group has found a way to justify treating their opponent like they're the great other. Essentially there are no innocents, if you will. And, we're already seeing reverberations of this far outside of the region. Israel is important, and so are the Middle Eastern countries for the obvious reason of the fossil fuels. But also, culturally, that area is very significant. It's significant to Christians, Jewish people, and of course, Muslims. And it's sort of where you fall it's a global culture war, I like to say, and where you can tell a lot from somebody's politics on which side they fall on, especially here in the United States. Overwhelmingly you've got arch conservatives who are pro-Israel, and you've got a lot of Democrats who are pro the Palestinian side and the cause of Hamas, even if they don't approve of what they're doing. I generally have pro-Israeli sentiment, but then again, that doesn't mean I've always agreed with everything the state has chosen to do. So, on to some lighter stuff. Yes, you're reading that correct. For the second time back-to-back, Detroit has been mentioned in issues of The Economist, and it's mentioned in a good way. I guess there's this cafe in Michigan that has a feather bowling league. I'm not going to pretend I know much about the sport, and that's actually not its real name. Its real name is something Belgian. But I thought that, hey, I'd mention this, and it's cool. I guess there's a very dedicated community that is keeping this obscure sport alive in Michigan, when I guess it's not very popular even back in its country of origin. So, that's all. Have a good one.